Hello, 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 and welcome to Podswoggle, a wrestling podcast with entertainment and the Podswoggle title tournament live on Twitch. I am your host, your play-by-play man, and your color commentator, Chris Mullet, joining you once again on YouTube and Twitch for the best in computer-simulated video game wrestling. The boys at Podswoggle Wrestling Podcast with entertainment every single month have a tournament combining the best of pop culture in the world of professional wrestling to determine who will be the Podswoggle champion and the Swoggle Squad champion for powers and responsibilities on our Podswoggle Wrestling Podcast, available on the Arcade Audio network of podcasts. This month, in the shadows of another incredible and successful Marcho Madness tournament, we bring you Extreme Rules. Normally, of course, the April tournament that Extreme Rules matches up pay-per-view wise. This year it does not. So we're going to steer the course and do some hardcore matches. Your pit winner, your Podswoggle Invitational tournament winner, is your current Podswoggle champion, Nick Aldis, which a very rare case means that your current Podswoggle champion is not an actual member of the Swoggle Squad. It is somebody on our Discord, the Discord member who had the best bracket for March of Madness, B. Sumner, who I'm sure will be joining us any moment here on the live stream. He will have the bulk of the representatives, also having representatives Tope with 2 picks, Augie with 2 picks, Wid and I each with 1 pick because of WrestleMania, because we haven't had a live show since WrestleMania weekend. Spencer and Rich both without picks this month. Also, potentially of course he's here. The champ is here. B. Sumner, what's going on? The Heels and Heels are also going to be represented with the Heels and Heels tournament. Unfortunately, I did not get their details. I did not get their picks. So I'm kind of winging it this month and booking it for them. Just threw some random stuff together, and who knows what's going to happen with that. So allow me to set out the messages, and we'll get started here. We are live on twitch.tv/Podswoggle. Monthly stream. Nope, not Steam, stream. Monthly stream. Have some fun. And let me hit up the Discord. So I know this one's going to be a little bit weird. We haven't really had a chance to promote or nobody knows our picks this month because we didn't have a show to announce them. But it still promises to be a very eclectic and very interesting evening. Podswoggle title tourney. Come watch it be. Alrighty. So like I said, B-Sum's our champ. He's got Nick Aldis, who ran through a very impressive field, defeated Shawn Michaels in the championship for the pit tournament, and then turned around and defeated Podswoggle champion Pasta Malone, pinned Pasta Malone, win the championship. The March of Madness champion Aleister Black was not involved in the deciding fall, but still lost that match. So Nick Aldis is your champion, and we're actually going to get it started hot and heavy. Nick Aldis is going to be defending his championship to get us started off here tonight. A very rare Podswoggle title defense opening up the show. One-on-one Extreme Rules. So, of course, Nick Aldis is your current... Never mentioned I'd root for Nick Aldis so much. I don't think Mickey James has even rooted for Nick Aldis as much as you're going to have to tonight. Nick Aldis, your champion. He'll be taking on one of Augie's 2 picks. Augie got a roster pick and an anything pick. Augie's roster pick is the Freak, Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan could become your Podswoggle champion here any moment. Let me put the title on the line. And there it is. Damn it, Augie. What's going on, M. Patrick? What was I doing here? Select championship. Yep. Had it right. There we go. I had a theme. He's like, what's the theme? And I like Extreme Rules. And he picked Lars Sullivan. He asked for his non-roster pick, Lars Eller, who I believe is a hockey player. And I was like, Augie, of course I don't have one of those. So he picked somebody totally off the wall for a second pick. My pick, I didn't get to pick. My pick, per the powers of Podswoggle champion VSUM, is Matt Taven, who I loathe with every fiber of my being, and who I have to do I Love You of the Weeks and Sex Confessions for. Can you clarify that for me? I forgot what the message said, so I know I have to do... I jumped on the grenade for everybody. I have to do a certain number of Matt Taven I Love You of the Weeks, Sex Confessions. I think there's some Zack Ryder ones thrown in there as well. If you can clarify that for me, I'd appreciate it before we record next Wednesday. So that's my pick. Tope's got two interesting picks as well. Widden's pick, he also could not get because I could not find. So we'll get to all that later on. But a very eclectic night at the Podswoggle tournament. Frankenstein's Monsters Cruiserweight Champ. I didn't see that, but probably. I do a bunch of random rumbles to test stuff out in the game. I put titles on the line. And there's Lars Sullivan, the Freak, running roughshod over SmackDown Live now. Augie's hoping that it translates well into the game. I hadn't seen his entrance on the game, so I kind of wanted to see how they replicated it. And of course, we had to see the champ for the first time walk into the arena as champion. Aldis trying to win his, if I'm not mistaken, his 5th consecutive match. I cut the number down since you took the bullet. Just one I Love You the Week on Taven Ryder and Johnny taking the title to Disneyland. Fantastic. So one I Love You the Week on Taven Ryder and Johnny going to Disneyland. Gotcha. Cool. Great. It's got to freak people out if they don't... Oh, they replicate that pretty good. That's nice. Sumner also, of course, permanently made sure that Johnny Gargano, Matt Taven, the rest of the fucking kingdom, Mike Kanellis, and Adam Cole were never banned from the show. Or he did some other power. What other powers? He's been running a roughshod over everything, I'll tell you that much. Here comes Nick Aldis, your current champion. Look how cool he is. Careful, there's steps there. My wife almost tumbled down the stairs. That would have been an impromptu end of the stream. Well, I'm not going to let you just lay there. I didn't mean to target you, but it just ended up happening. Sure. Sure, I didn't. Sure. Alright, and there's Nick Aldis running and walking to the ring as champion. Fantastic. And of course, even if Nick Aldis loses the title right now to Lars Sullivan, VSUM would still have 2 other participants to potentially regain the championship by the end of the night. Sorry, I'm running a minute behind on my TV. That's okay. It happens. There's Lars. There's Aldis. Again, extreme rules, so anything goes. No countouts, no disqualifications. Sometimes it doesn't play into the match at all. But we'll see what happens. Of course, next month, the new scheduling, May, we will do Money in the Bank. Normally it's more in the summer, but Money in the Bank will be next month. So the winner of this will automatically go to the final Money in the Bank ladder match. Before you talk shit about the picture, I was going to make Rich sing Gargano's theme for my 4th. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. As Lars is just bashing the face of Nick Aldis to start this match. We've seen Aldis take a ton of abuse in some of his matches. It looks like he was down and out and has managed to come back. As Lars thinks it's over quick. Lars, of course, not his first go-round. He was involved in the Podswoggle Rumble 2 years ago. His first one-on-one action, if I'm not mistaken, and Lars just shoulder tackled Aldis down to the mat. Aldous sends Lars into the opposite corner, and Lars catches him with a back elbow. Lars looking for a power bomb here. Solid power bomb center of the ring on Nick Aldis. Augie, as Podswoggle champion, horrifies me and also calms me because he forgets to use his fucking powers. Lars looking good. Ooh, look at that claw. Shades of the Von Erichs with that claw in the center of the ring on Nick Aldis. Be very interesting to see what happens if we see any plunder or weapons. And as you saw from March of Madness, a lot of action spilled out into the floor. And our first match here of Extreme Rules is going to do the same thing. Lars just blocks with a deadlift gut wrench on Nick Aldis. Solid right hand. Right to the huge deformed cranium of Lars Sullivan. And now some chops. Short arm chops. We eventually get a day-long tournament every couple of months like New Japan. One for women and a tag one. You're trying to kill me, M. Patrick, as we got a kendo stick. Lars avoids it. Oh, he doesn't avoid that one. Takes a kendo stick straight to the dome and a diving elbow drop by Nick Aldis. I've wanted to do a consistent women's tournament. It's easier now just because, you know, every company has something in the indies. It kind of taking shape. Same thing with tags. It's just, I ain't got that kind of time. I'd love to. If I had somebody else in town that could help, I'd put some on them. Nice headbutt there by Sullivan as he's taking a couple stiff shots with that kendo stick. And Aldis just raining down strikes. Huge knee lift. Man, we got two sticks out there. Sullivan avoids that one. Lars rips it out of his hand and smashes him in the stomach with it. Smashes his head back onto the floor. Maybe even caught that stick himself. And Lars Sullivan, freak accident onto the floor by Lars Sullivan on Nick Aldis, but he's got to get him back in the ring. And a second freak accident onto the floor. Lars Sullivan is dominating Nick Aldis, pummeling him with strikes. But Lars has got to get, there's not false count anywhere. You have to win this match inside the squared circle. Lars Sullivan could be moments away from becoming Podswoggle champion for the very first time. Now what's he going for? Stretch muffler. Stretch muffler on the Nick Aldis out on the floor. Aldis gets out of it. Now Aldis throws Lars to the other side of the floor. You got to think Lars now is gonna. Oh, nice chop block, taking a leg out, maybe setting him up for a further stretch muffler, and a huge pop up. Aldis crashing onto the mat. Nice lariat by Sullivan. Sullivan doesn't even look like he wants to win. Just wants to dish out more punishment. And a diving headbutt by Sullivan. Lars gorilla presses Aldis. Sullivan looking so impressive. B. Sumner cannot be liking this. Aldis barely even mounting any kind of offense now. And Aldis is the one who gets Sullivan back in the ring. Not sure how wise that is with the amount of abuse he's taken. Aldis looking confident. What's going on, White and Nerdy? You're in the middle of our first match of the evening. Podswoggle title already on the line. Nick Aldis launching into a comeback moment. Much needed against Lars Sullivan. New mashup gimmick idea, Mars Sullivan, which Lars Sullivan is dressed like Mars Blackman from She's Gotta Have It. Aldis looking for a power bomb of his own. Nice power bomb on Lars. Of course, there are no rope breaks in Extreme Rules. Aldis thinks that's enough to beat Lars Sullivan. What a come-from-behind victory this would be 2 count only. I thought they were going to say he just has a candy bar gimmick. Yeah. A drink. A cloverleaf. No, I don't want a cloverleaf for drink. Just soda's fine. Will Lars Sullivan tap out? He does! Nick Aldis has successfully retained the Podswoggle Championship. He took 2 finishers on the floor and all kinds of abuse, but the Texas Cloverleaf from Nick Aldis spells the end of Lars Sullivan. Absolutely. So Nick Aldis, 1 hurdle has been conquered. He has defeated Lars Sullivan. Augie lost 1 of his 2 representatives already. And Aldis will see the winner of our next contest. It's a Tope versus Widden match. Nick Aldis still your champ. He cannot believe it. So B. Sumner, a successful title defense. That's a Super Cena-esque performance, and I'll take it. I'm sure you will. Did I recap? Alexa, turn off the lights. She doesn't hear you. She doesn't. She just like ignores you, I think. Darn right. So Sumner, it was the non-banning, the I Love You of the Weeks, the additional. What was the 4th power that I'm missing? I want to make sure we don't miss anything that we have not done as we launch into our second match. Well, Widden's pick, initial pick was Killer Mike from Run the Jewels. Could not find one, so his backup was Killer Kowalski. He took Extreme Rules as to meaning violence, and Widden's going super old school with this one. Killer Kowalski is his pick. Tope's pick's a little different. Tope, likes to do mashups. So Tope wanted to see some Samoa Joe action, but it's still it was Girl Scout cookie season. So he's fusing some stuff together. His pick is Samoa Cookie Monster. So it's literally the Cookie Monster with Samoa Joe's moveset and Samoa Joe's attire. I'm very happy Jillian's not awake. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love you the week, keeping them safe, adjusting your... Okay. Oh, and Taven for me. That's right. That's right. Yes, Grim Monster. Aldis and Sullivan was the first match, so Nick Aldis, still Podswoggle champion. This is our second match. Killer Kowalski against Samoa Cookie Monster. Like a Cookie Monster. Looks like a... Always got to remember how tall Killer Kowalski is. Samoa Cookie Monster looks like a badass already. It was coming out of the gate hot with a senton. Of course, Cookie Monster is also no stranger to title streams, as he's targeting the huge legs of Killer Kowalski to start. If I can go back in my big book here, Cookie Monster was a fan favorite in the very first season of the Podswoggle title tournament. He made it very deep in one specific iteration of the tournament. Was it the first or the second season? I believe it was the first season. Let me look here, because I know he also had a stint on Swogglemania, watching the Vice Dark Side of Wrestling Dog. The Dark Sides have been very good so far. Really like the Bruiser Brody one. Not a big fan of the Macho Man one, but the Montreal Screwjob one was very, very good. It's Killer Kowalski's looking for some weapons. Kowalski has a table. That is not his era of wrestling. But Samoa Joe just pounded Kowalski down on the mat. Tobe tried to get the edge in as a workaround. Yes, he has, and we've not found the edge from you too, as Kowalski and Samoa Joe are going to battle out here in the crowd. That little girl is very excited. We got some good old-fashioned brawling in the arena with the fans. Joe and Kowalski are just pounding each other with uppercuts and strikes. Cookie Monster joins Kowalski back out on the floor. It's exactly how I'd expect this match to turn out. Yeah, Cookie Monster defeated Ron Swanson at Swogglemania 3, which is only a sentence that can be heard here on a Podswoggle title stream. And then Cookie Monster had a great, one of the greatest matches in stream history against Finn Balor around Valentine's Day. She always asks for the other person. She's not stupid. My daughter's crying for me. Oh, and Samoa Cookie Monster just smashed back onto the table by Kowalski. Kowalski throws Joe back into the ring. As we saw the last match, you have to win inside the ropes. Kowalski so tall, stepping right over that top rope. Kowalski trained many of a legendary superstar, of course, namely Triple H. Nice overhead belly to belly. Kowalski also trained Perry Saturn. I'm just curious how many people Kowalski's trained. There's a kind of a loose dragon sleeper there. And Kowalski takes a breather for a second, thinks about it. It's Extreme Rules, baby. Joe's going to follow you out there. Kowalski trained Triple H, Chyna, Eddie Edwards, Kofi Kingston, Damian Sandow, Fandango, April Hunter, Cronus, Saturn, and Tommaso Ciampa. Kowalski, pretty good pedigree there. No pun intended. Widden's only chance to get back to the promised land. Widden trying to become Podswoggle champion as Joe hits Cookie Monster hits a nice dropkick. Widden has not been Podswoggle champion since April of last year. It's been 1 full year since Widden has been champion. Of course, Tope just finished off the most epic reign in title history. Tope was Podswoggle champion from August until this March. Really held the title 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Held the title for 7 months and 1 day. There's a choke slam by Kowalski. 2 count only. Cookie Monster gets out of it. Nice sidewalk slam there by Kowalski on Samoa Cookie Monster. Kowalski's second rope. Oh, went for the diving knee. Poor Tope is fucked when I lose. I think Kowalski's that knee from the second rope, I believe, is his finishing maneuver. There's a Uranagi by Samoa Cookie Monster. The current count on how many Podswoggle champs we've had. Kind of want to work a New Japan style showcase of previous champs. I like that. So we have had to step out. Why is Samoa Joe wearing 90s motocross gear? That's the Cookie Monster. And there is a coquina clutch on Killer Kowalski. Is he going to survive this? Is Kowalski, the vicious Killer Kowalski, going to tap? He is not. So let me see here. 30, I believe it's 33 plus 2, 4, 6, 7. That's 40 minus 1, 2. We've had 35 different champions. Nice Boston Crab here by Kowalski. And Cookie Monster powers that one. So we've had 35 different Podswoggle champions. 2 count only. We've had 5 two-time champions. EC3, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Thanos, and Kenny Omega. The 5 two-time champions. Coquina clutch. Thank you, White and Nerdy, for helping me. The Coquina clutch. Yes, so we've had 35 different champions. So it might be an interesting little setup there. Oh, ref bump. Ref knocked down. Kowalski going to the outside, maybe thinking table time perhaps. Kowalski's going to grab that table. Throws it into the ring. It is Extreme Rules, and Kowalski knows it. Going to drag Cookie Monster on the table. Maybe this is the presence of a table. Intimidate Cookie, I'm not sure. Yeah, once this match is over, I'll quickly read every Podswoggle champion ever for those of you that are new here. Mostly those of you who are joining us on YouTube. Nice running back elbow by Kowalski. Joe running STO. So that's him. Going for that trio of suplexes. There's the German. And then now the Dragon suplex. And finally, the Kimura. Can never say that right. Apologize to Lucha Verde. But Kowalski immediately gets out of the follow-up attempt. Is that hip toss enough? Nope. Cookie gets out of it. Kowalski starting to get frustrated. Never wrestled a monster, a legitimate monster before. Puts him back. He's a monster in his own right. Kowalski went for a slam. Cookie blocks. Big clothesline. Takes him down. What's Cookie going for here? Maybe we're looking for a running enziguri to the back of Kowalski's head. Cookie feeling confident. Going for a stomp. Kowalski. Table slid out along with him. Now he's got the table. Oh, and he just smashed Cookie Monster in the face with the back end of that table. Those metal legs. Now these guys just trading blows out on the floor. And a huge running knee right to the face of Cookie. Joe blocks the punch. You keep calling him Joe. Would it be legal in a standard match if you set up a table, rolled someone up, and put your feet on the table to gain leverage? I'm not sure. I've never understood the... I guess not because... Well, yeah. Because a table... He's confused the fuck out of me. Because a table shouldn't be set up in a standard match into the ring. The ref would, I guess, try to like take it down. As Cookie just got sent into the post. The reason why it's considered illegal in a regular match is the ropes are out of bounds. So if the table's in the ring, I don't know, we'll have to consult Howard fucking Finkel or something for that. Kowalski still working on Cookie Monster. Kowalski's starting to get wounded, or starting to get winded, I should say. Kowalski, he does have a good gas tank in him, though. He's gone to many time limit draws in the past in his era against Bruno Sammartino. Just took a Uranagi by Cookie Monster. I call dibs when I wrestle under my evil lawyer gimmick. For that finish, you go for it. Kowalski, huge shoulder tackle. So a lot of damage being dished out on the floor. Oh, and Cookie just slapped the taste out of Kowalski's mouth. Went for a suplex. Kowalski again hits that knee and a big unprotected headbutt right to the face. Boot. These guys trading punches. We're going to have to replace that ring post. The amount of damage it's taken in this match alone. Kowalski throws Cookie Monster back into the ring. Slow to get back in. Over the top. Kowalski, is that enough to put away the Samoan Cookie Monster? Count of one. Count of two, it is not. Kowalski again frustrated. Winner of this will have a Podswoggle title match against Nick Aldis in the semifinals. Now one more time, Kowalski looking for a camel clutch. Will the Samoan Cookie Monster tap out to Killer Kowalski? Ripping and tearing away. No, Cookie Monster hangs on. Cookie picks Kowalski up, hits him. The Cookina clutch! Cookina clutch applied to Kowalski. Will Kowalski tap out? Second time it's been placed on him in the match, and he finally taps. The Samoa Cookie Monster has defeated Killer Kowalski, and he will take on Nick Aldis in the semifinals. Widden has been eliminated from the tournament. Tope on the comeback trail, trying to regain his Podswoggle championship. She's so tired. What? I have to talk. I will try. I will not speak for the rest of the evening. Samoa Cookie Monster, your winner. All right, so we're going to take a break from the gentlemen and move on to the ladies. As I mentioned earlier on, unfortunately, the Heels and Heels were not able to provide me with selections for their tournament this month, but we will roll on without them. I've booked them before. I will book them now. The fairest way to do it was, of course, your champion is still Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She'll defend her title in just a little bit. I did 2 random female roster members, and I filled out the 4th spot with somebody who's long overdue. So our first match, the first random selection was Maria Kanellis. So she will be our first representative in this match. And who will her opponent be? If you remember back several months ago, we had a lady who was champion that never got a chance, and it's Ellen. Now, I have DeGeneres and I have Ripley. So I'm going to just go back and forth. It's not the Ellen that we had. I think we're going to have to go Ellen Ripley. The only two Ellens I could find. So we're going to make this Ellen canon. And if she wins, then she's basically going to look to try to reclaim her... the Heels and Heels Championship. She never lost. We had to strip her in the new game. And that's when Bianca Belair became champion. Ellen won the championship in September. She defeated Maurice for that championship. And she went on to successfully defend that championship against Natalia's mom at Swogglemania 5. So she does have a successful title reign under her belt. Will she jump back into the stratosphere with this one? Maria at a significant disadvantage, I would say, rating-wise. Ellen smashing the face of Maria into the corner. Maria smashing the arm down on her shoulder. Big clothesline to the back. This cross body there by Ellen. And there's a fantastic tilt-a-whirl head scissors by Ellen Ripley. Oh, and Maria. She had a drop toe hold and kind of straddled her neck against the ropes. Ellen just kind of waiting for whatever Maria's got for her. It's a table. Oh, what a kick by Ellen Ripley. She somehow kicked around the table Maria was holding, and Maria went flying. The table's prone. Maria just sends Ellen into the corner of that table at ringside. Maria now smashes the head of Ellen into the apron. And throws her back into the ring. Decides to forget the table. She's up, going for a body slam. Ooh, nice sit out version of a Michinoku driver almost. Maria, not the technician that some others are known for, monkey flip, but can she get the job done? Ellen sweeps the leg. Nice twisting leg drop there. Got her up in a fireman's carry position. And a stun gun on Maria. Maria battles back, kicks her off. One count only. There's a dragon screw leg whip, not with the veracity of Tanahashi, but Maria other side looking for something. Maria Kanellis has a baseball bat. Oh, Ellen blocks it. Ellen's fought off a xenomorph before. Tell Maria to get away from her, you bitch. No one hit with the baseball bat still. Off the ropes. Kind of grazed her with a drop kick. And Maria, nice diving bulldog on Ellen Ripley. Maria the cover. Is that enough? What an upset. This would be 2 count only. Maria asking Ellen to get to her feet. Kick to the stomach. Ellen counters it. Ellen looking for her own now. What is Ellen looking to do? Got her in a pump handle situation. Nice pump handle slam. Into the pin is Maria Dunn. Count of 1. Count of 2. Yes, she is. Ellen Ripley gets the victory. She will take on the winner of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Ruby Riott. So Ellen Ripley trying to get back to the title that technically is not hers, but we'll retcon it. Pat Patterson didn't win the title in Rio de Janeiro. You know, the Heels and Heels title will do what we do. Ellen Ripley, your winner against Maria Kanellis. Back to the Podswoggle title tournament. Oh, man, this one. Your next match is my representative against Augie's second representative. My representative was picked for me by B. Sumner. It is your current Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, Matt Taven. That's the best Taven they had, because nobody makes Matt Taven. He'll be taking on Augie's pick. Of course, I mentioned earlier, Augie wanted some random hockey player. So I guess Augie thought rules were like laws. I already had him set aside. His pick, Saul Goodman. What we got here for Saul? Let's go with that one, huh? I like that suit. Matt Taven versus Saul Goodman. My only chance to win the championship back is Matt fucking Taven. No such thing as a good Matt Taven. Just on time. Thank you so much for supporting me, Caribbean Kid. Look at me. What do you give me that look for? Of course, all she wants is me. I want to point out that is a fantastic Saul Goodman.
It's a pretty good Saul Goodman.
Yes, it is. This will be the hardest match I've ever called commentary on in my entire life. I'm not going to call it loudly. There's no way to be loud and boisterous when Matt Taven's on the screen. Bells rung, we're underway. It's got to be hard wrestling in a suit. Saul Goodman, good start with a back body drop. He doesn't wrestle in a suit. No, he doesn't. Okay, that's fair. It's one move. Taven, methodical work. Honestly, I have no idea who he is, but if you hate him this much, he's got to be a waste of space. That's your current Ring of Honor heavyweight champion. I believe your second or third Triple Crown champion in Ring of Honor history. The first is he the first Grand Slam winner too? Am I gonna put my finger down my throat? Saul Goodman looking for a piece of weaponry as Matt Taven taunts and gets knocked down as Saul Goodman gets back into the ring. Goodman just smashed him twice with a chair. Yes, he's the first Grand Slam champion in Ring of Honor history. There's a shock small package. One count only. You know, Danielson, Joe, Punk, Loki, Daniels, Steen, Lethal. All these guys, all these accolades. Nobody has held every title like Matt Taven. Taven, top rope, eat shit. Nice twisting senton there. Saul has a bunch of underhanded tricks. I think his finisher's just a low blow. I will happily lose this tournament just so Augie gets to move on as Saul Goodman. Saul looking under the ring again. To be fair, Lethal and Dean was the only ones who would have been around for the six-man. Semantics. Taven, nice jump out to the floor. Chopping away at Goodman. The other sick thing is I think technically, well, no, Cookie Monster is higher because he's technically Samoa Joe. Nice clothesline onto that table. Goodman. He's back into the ring. Michael Cole, I think, saw a bug on his table. That's why he stood up all of a sudden. Seen a lot of work with the tables, but no one's gone through one yet. Surprised Lethal never had a six-man, at least for a night. Give him time. Give him time. Just a reminder that Jay Lethal is still only like 34 years old. It's the theme for this month. Yes, Extreme Rules this month's tournament. I forgot that Extreme Rules is not the month after WrestleMania, so I already had it planned. Didn't have enough time to do Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank will be next month. Well, Money Month is May for May, so that'll work. And then the user-submitted theme will be pushed back to June instead of in May like it normally is. Insaguri by Taven takes Goodman down. 1, 2, 3. Insaguri, oh, got a 2 count on it though. Taven, top rope, thinking frog splash. Matt Taven hits the frog splash. I think that's one of his finishers. This could be an early night for Saul Goodman. It sure is. Matt Taven, God damn it, is your winner, which means I move on. Saul Goodman, Augie, 2 picks up, 2 picks out. Augie and Widden will not be your champion. Lethal AIDS makes me sad. I'm 28 and I haven't done anything with my life. Jay Lethal's been wrestling for like 15 years. That was a very short and very easy win for Matt Taven. If this ends with Matt Taven and Nick Aldis, I might have to go get some Drano. Taven, your winner. Moving on to the semifinals. Let's round out the Podswoggle field. I'll take the loss for my boy Taven. Who will face Matt Taven? It's time to decide that right now. Tope's second pick versus B. Sumner's third pick, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry, second pick. Sorry. Tope's pick. This is just a straight up from the game match. He's had a great month. Let's see if he can keep it going. Kofi Kingston is Tope's pick. I didn't ask. He's gonna want the better one, so I'll go with that one. Who will we take on? Be Sumner's other pick. Another man who's had a very good month, Mr. Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. This is gonna be a very good match. So will Tope have a 50% chance of getting back to the championship, or will B. Sumner have a 50% chance of remaining champion? Whoever it is, got to take on Matt Taven, baby. Bells rung were underway. Gargano coming out hot with a forearm smash. Of course, Johnny Gargano, Rich Camelucci's favorite wrestler, nice cutter. We have a very good surprise for you, you fans, you guys who made my Mania week. There is a very good video that will be hitting the internet that Tope is putting together. I reckon it's one of the best things we've ever done. It is Rich Camelucci at NXT TakeOver New York watching Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano. I was guerrilla style shooting him for a good part of the match, and Tope has put it together, and it is glorious. There's forearm smash there by Kofi. Gargano in the corner. I'd be surprised if either one of these guys even went for weapons. Sexy ass match. Only thing better would be an Omega Rollins, a Bushi Balor 4-way. It's just two great baby faces. The two feel good stories of the weekend. Only one can move on. Gargano off the ropes. Gargano went for a Enziguri. Kofi blocks. Uppercut. Gargano back reeling into the corner again. Gargano kicks him off. Some great counter wrestling to start and a running Enziguri. Gargano is sudden. The love affair of Gargano and Rich started in a video game over 5 years ago. Gargano made it all the way to the Elite Eight of that March Madness. Ever since, he's had a rough go of it in the games, even though he did win the main event of Swogglemania 4, carrying Rich Camelucci to a win when Rich did nothing at all. How appropriate it would be if Gargano can finally become Podswoggle champion after several tries. Of course, now he'll have unlimited tries because he will never be banned from the tournament, per B. Sumner. Now, Kofi, I stand corrected. Kofi going to look for some plunder, if you will, baby. Kofi has a ladder. It's exactly the weapon I want these guys to be dealing with. Gargano gets smashed with the ladder on the floor. Kofi dragging Gargano, walking over the ladder, smashes his head into the apron. Kofi picks Gargano up, throws him back into the ring. Kofi going to get the ladder. Nope, Kofi's going to get back inside. Gargano counters the body slam attempt. Sends Kofi into the opposite corner. Looking for a lawn dart. Darts Kofi into the second rope. Normally gets a little bit more momentum and distance covered with that. And now Gargano escape! Kofi locked in the Gargano escape, but he gets out of it extremely quickly. Knows he can't get trapped in the Gargano escape for very long, or his night will be over. Nice uppercut by Kofi. Kofi, I thought he was going for Lamahi Straw Cradle instead. Working on the arm. Not the arm that Gargano uses for the Gargano escape. New Day. Boom drop. Remember Air Boom? Not to depress everybody, just remember Air Boom. Trouble in Paradise. Gargano smash with the Trouble in Paradise. Gargano, will he disappoint once again? No, kick out at 2. I thought that was it. Kofi not able to put Gargano away with just one Trouble in Paradise. Still doing the New Day Rocks clap. Gargano definitely is back against the wall. Remember when Kofi was Jamaican? Kofi's been through some shit, man. Remember when Kofi had to wear the tights that a child designed from WWE Kids magazine? They made Kofi look like fucking like a Ghostbusters coloring book. Kofi picks Gargano up, drape him across the ropes, slingshots him back. Is that enough? Center of the ring. No, long 2. Kofi, Mr. 24/7. He got your ass. Gargano picks Kofi back up. Gargano getting a comeback here. Nice schoolboy kick. Remember when Kofi destroyed Orton's face on a racing car? Gargano gets Kofi perfectly where he wants him for another dart. Lawn darts Kofi into the ropes. Kofi in trouble. Is that enough to put Kofi down? Was the dart enough? Gargano moving on. No, that was a close one. Another Gargano escape for the second time. Gargano ripping and tearing away at Kofi. Will Kofi tap out to the Gargano escape? He's fighting it. Kofi, the ropes cannot save him. No, Gargano releases it. Kofi will not tap out. Gargano's in the corner, misses the drop kick. Drops the arm down. Kofi, nice neck breaker. Second time in the match. Boom drop to Gargano. Has him right where he wants him. Is the boom drop enough? Count of 1. Count of 2. No. This one, as expected, has been a very good up and down affair. And now Kofi setting him up. Second time in the match. Trouble in Paradise. Gargano is down. Is he out? Normally it'd be a rope break, but it's Extreme Rules. Count of 2 and 3. Kofi Kingston defeats Johnny Gargano. Kofi Kingston moving on to the semis to take on Matt Taven. So once again, Tope has a 50% chance of regaining his Podswoggle championship. Nick Aldis, the current champion, means B-Sun has a 25% chance, and I have a 25% chance with Matt Taven. I knew I should have gone with an Avenger. Court feud in 09 is what got me back into wrestling. David C. It was a good feud, had the wrong ending. It took us 10 years for Kofi to get back to the whole. Here he is, and he could end the night double champion. Didn't even think about the date. I probably would have. Kofi moving on. It's time to have our heels and heels title match. Somebody who's been on an absolute run as of late has been your current heels and heels champion, RBG herself, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Where's Ruth? There she is. She'll be taking on the random selection number 2 I ran earlier, Ruby Riott. Should be a very good contest. As always, let the champion come out at least once so we can see that beautiful title. Let's do it. Ruth Bader Ginsburg made her debut in the December tournament and shockingly lost a Wyatt family compound brawl to Bianca Belair. Came back the next month in the 2019 Heels and Heels Rumble and lasted almost 10 minutes at number 25 to win the whole damn thing. Then she survived the Elimination Chamber in February, and then last month she defeated Natalya and Celine Dion. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg, 3 successful title defenses. If she were to win out tonight against Ruby Riott and against Ellen Ripley, she would officially become the most decorated heels and heels champion of all time with 5 successful title defenses. A win here will tie her with Jacqueline at 4. So a lot on the line here for RBG. I'm not sure. I don't think Ruby Riott's had a go at this yet. Or I think maybe she has. Ruby looking confident. Here comes the Kalisto-inspired RBG. She is a Spitfire. She is a wild card. She does tremendous work on a trampoline. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. There's that tremendous heels and heels title belt. Ruby and Ruth. Look at that beautiful Hurricane Run to start. I love me some Ruby Riott. Really gonna miss the Riott squad. Agreed. I have high hopes for Ruby. I think she's a natural baby face as well. I mean, she's good at both, but you know, Sarah Logan could. I think unfortunately is going to be like a gatekeeper, jobber to the stars type brawler, but. You know, her basically being like the runner-up for the armbar. Nice splash by Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Trying to end it early and maybe indicate that she's got a bigger future. That was a 2 count already by RBG. Of course, I'm not sure who saw the report, the rumor. The Riott Squad was potentially broken up, so Liv Morgan's going to be joining the cast of Total Divas. They want to get her away from the Riott Squad. Of course, Ruby Riott, she has no problem getting her hands dirty looking for some weapons. She's got a kendo stick. Oh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg's boom. Ruth ain't fucking around. Ripped that from the hands of Ruby quickly and smashed her in the stomach. Smashed her in the head with it, too. Then throws it on her and then drops an elbow. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Just think if she'd won that first night, too, she could potentially be working on her 5th or 6th or 7th title defense already. She is dominating Ruby, smashing her into the table. Ruby with a forearm. Throws Ruth back into the ring. Ruby sends Ruth into the corner. And driving her head into the second buckle. Classic Ruby Riott there. Backdrop. Ruby looking good. In the corner. Ruby for the second time countering Ruth with that same move. Ruth now smashing Ruby once again with the kendo stick. These ladies putting on a great show. Ruth's face smashing into the steps. Ruby picks Ruth up. And again, smash her again onto the steel steps. Oh, it's Ruby. Ruby's got the kendo stick. I don't think I've seen Ruth get hit with that yet. She's avoided it. Nope, still avoiding it. Nice counter wrestling there by Ruby. Ruby. Grabbed by Ruth. I thought Ruth was going to go for a barrier break or something. How was the slam to the middle buckle not someone's finisher? I don't know. I dig it too. I guess because of the placement of it. I'm not sure. Kind of the same problem with like Andrade's double knees. Nice drop kick by Ruby. Yeah, like it's anticlimactic. You have to drag him out and stuff. RBG still countering Ruby effectively. Put her up against the ropes. What she's looking for here. Drop down. Beautiful. Beautiful sequence by Ruth. Just like Gargano the last match. Little schoolboy kick. That enough for Ruth? Ruth was positioning her to cheat. Of course, RBG doesn't need to put her feet on the ropes. Now, luching up, maybe looking for Salida del Sol. Salida del Sol on Ruby Riott. Into a cover. Ruth Bader Ginsburg to retain. She does. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is on a collision course with Ellen Ripley for the Heels and Heels Championship. We will finally get our undisputed Heels and Heels title figured out between RBG and Ellen. Salida del Sol, a game Ruby Riott. It was not. She is moving on to the finals of the Heels and Heels tournament. We will see that in our semi-main event later on. We got to decide what our main event's going to be first. Here's hoping she can put up Okada numbers for defenses. She just tied Jacqueline all time with 4, and it was no easy feat because she had to get through the Elimination Chamber already, and she won the Royal Rumble. So she is already, even if it's a tie, the most decorated Heels and Heels champion of all time. Well, let's get into the most decorated Ring of Honor wrestler of all time. Who will face the champion at the end of the evening? Kofi Kingston for Tope? Or Matt Taven for yours truly? This is my only hope of getting the championship for the first time. Oh, God. Since June of last year. I forgot to read every champion earlier. Every Podswoggle champion of all time. Scorpion, Chris Mullet, Santino Marella, Brock Lesnar, Finn Balor, Triple H, John Cena, Matanza Cueto, Jason Voorhees, Seth Rollins, Garrett Bischoff, EC3, Okada, Drax the Destroyer, Braun Strowman, Rich Camelucci, Kota Ibushi, New Jack, Kevin Owens, Captain Crunch, Rusev, Paul Bunyan, Thanos, Brutus Beefcake, Pentagon Jr., Zack Sabre Jr., Jeff Hardy, The Predator, Vader, Kenny Omega, Spider-Ham, Samoa Joe, Pasta Malone, and Nick Aldis. As much as I would love for you to be Champ Mullet, I don't want it this way. Trust me. I don't want it this way either. I do not want to have to root for Matt Taven on ever again. I'm having done it right now. Between Tope and B. Sumner being champion again, I just can't take it. I just can't take it. So I have to half-heartedly want this fucking dolt to beat Kofi here. It's not looking good early, though, as Kofi is a gut buster. Tilt-a-wall head scissors by Taven. Smashes the forearm. Looks for a pin. Not even a 1. Nice leaping clothesline by Kofi. Kofi locking an arm bar. Picks Taven up. What's he looking for here? Nice swinging neck breaker. Kofi looking good. Not getting distracted. Kofi, boom drop already. Boom drop on Taven. Kofi is not wasting time. Trouble in paradise. This could be like the shortest match ever. Kofi, the pin on Taven. I kick out Taven? No, he does. Damn, fuck. I'm so torn. That'd been great to see him beat so easily. But I don't fucking want Tope to be anywhere near this championship again. This is like Bobby Heenan commentating the 1992 Royal Rumble, rooting for Ric Flair, but Ric Flair has kidnapped Bobby Heenan's daughter and is holding her for ransom. For every one on that list, Pasta's the only one I would need to capture a picture from one of the YouTube posts to make it championship. Yeah, that's fair. Taven. Oh, nice. Fireman's Buster. Key Crusher. What the fuck you want to call it? Taven top rope. Thinking frog splash. Taven. It's the frog splash. That's what he beat Saul Goodman with. Will he beat Kofi with it? Count of 2. Yes, he will. Matt Taven is in the championship match. Tope loses Kofi, and I have a chance to win it all with Matt Taven. Taven, that frog splash has been devastating. Kofi hit Trouble in Paradise. I thought that was it. It was not. I booked the end of my reign, didn't I? We'll find out, because Matt Taven is going to the championship. Oh, good Lord. Who will he face for the championship? Let's find out. Will we have a new champion going into it? B. Sumner could be out of here right now. Nick Aldis looking to continue his streak of wins as the Podswoggle champion, taking on the Samoa Cookie Monster in Tope's last chance to regain his title. It's a hardcore championship. Whoever was asking about Frankenstein earlier, it's the hardcore championship, not the cruiserweight championship. Aldis was really, really battered against Lars Sullivan earlier on in the evening. Woo, go Taven. Let's become of my life. I hear you. I fucking hear you, buddy. Look, if Tope's going to win the championship again, at least if he can do it as the Samoan Cookie Monster, I'd be fine with that. But if the championship is Nick Aldis and Matt Taven, I don't know what to think. Bulldog from Aldis to start. Yeah, I'm alright losing to this. Yeah, I mean, like, how can you be mad at Cookie Monster dressed up like Samoa Joe? He's lethal. I don't know why he keeps loosening the angle of that Dragon Sleeper, but he does. Aldis fights him off. Vicious kicks by Cookie. Sends him in, back elbow, Enziguri. Cookie looking good early. That's what Aldis does. Aldis gets his ass kicked for several minutes, and then answers back. These guys definitely had the more grueling of the first round matches. Cookie was taken to the limit by Killer Kowalski, and Aldis was taken to the limit by Lars Sullivan. Cookie sent over the top rope. Aldis to follow. Picks him up. Cookie kicks him off. They're kind of jabbing at each other back and forth. Some solid strikes. Back fist miss. Aldis throws Cookie back in. Nice chop. Another chop. Takes Cookie off of his feet. Aldis rolls out to the floor. Aldis, the hand weapon. Cookie joins him. Doesn't give Aldis time to grab one. Cookie smashes his face against the apron. And a Yoranagi. No, Yoranagi. Joe. I'm sorry, Cookie. Yeah, not help calling him Joe. He's smart. He gets Aldis back in the ring and locks on the Cookie in a clutch. Yep, exactly. Right on time. Cookie looking for the pin. Kicks out at one. He looks a little tired, though. Aldis. Got him up on his shoulders. Samoan drop. He should be geared up and ready to hit a Cookie in a clutch. We saw him hit the Uranagi, and right on cue again. Looks like Cookie's listening to me. Cookie in a clutch has Aldis trapped. Will Aldis tap out? Will we have a new Podswoggle champion? He has tapped out of this match. Samoa Cookie Monster is the new Podswoggle champion. He has defeated Nick Aldis. B. Sumner's reign is over. Nick Aldis finally put down after 7 successful wins, including the pit tournament, 1 successful Podswoggle title defense. Sumner, it was fun. You are a trendsetter. You are in the history books forever as the first ever non-Swoggle Squad champion. But ultimately, it was the Samoa Cookie Monster who gets the victory and makes Nick Aldis tap out. And there he is. Took him a long time to get it. Over 3 years since his first appearance. He had to change up gimmicks. He's not a happy-go-lucky Cookie Monster anymore. Well, fuck, that's 2 now. Samoa Cookie Monster, your new Podswoggle champion. But it's not over yet. He's got one more match to see if he makes it out tonight against Matt Taven. But let's decide our Heels and Heels champion first. Fuck, I forgot what I was doing. It is Ellen Ripley, and it is Ruth Bader Ginsburg for the gold. You look at the title history. This is insane. So Tope's first title reign was in July of 2016 with Garrett Bischoff. Beat himself for the title the next month with EC3, and then won it in December of 2016. He then proceeded to go almost 2 full years without a title reign. Didn't win it again until August of 2018, and then has had 6 title reigns since. Had 3 title reigns in 3 years, and has had 6 in less than a year. Beat himself for the title on 3 occasions. Also, not sure how you want to retcon Samoa Joe is a former Podswoggle champion versus the Samoa Cookie Monster. I mean, I'd say Cookie Monster is more so the gimmick there. Who's going to be the Heels and Heels champion? Ruth Bader Ginsburg trying to set the record on her own against Ellen. Ruth fights her off. Nice diving knees. Smashes the leg of Ellen down. 1 count only. So he's going to go back and forth here. These are 2 of the most badass women ever. Nice Hurricane Rana by Ellen. Close on. Oop, nice duck there. Ruth Bader Ginsburg looking for a 619. Nope. Said looking for a some kind of slingshot maneuver. She does that's Kalisto's move, but keeping it simple, ground and pound. And of course, like I say, that slingshot drop kick in the corner. Moves around. Oh, do the Great Muta and Kenji Muto have separate title reigns? No, they do not. But this is, I mean, yeah, it's a fair point. It's a very fair point. I'm not going to classify Joe as a 2-time champ. I'm going to give it to Cookie Monster. I mean, to be fair, we classified Pasta Malone and Rich Camelucci as 2 separate ones, and they're basically the same person, so. Ruth looking confident. Oh, Luchaing up. Looking for Salida del Sol. Salida del Sol. Pinfall on Ellen. Ruth, still your Heels and Heels champion. Unbelievable. She is now going to be entering her 3rd straight month as champion. And she had just set the all-time title defense record for the Heels and Heels championship. Kudos to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She has ended Ellen's disputed title reign as champion. Who is going to stop RBG? I'll run with Cookie Monster picture then. Yeah, run with Cookie Monster picture. That's probably the best course of action. RBG, your winner. Still Heels and Heels champion. We have 1 more match to go. Will Tope's brief interruption as Podswoggle champion officially come to an end with Samoa Cookie Monster retaining his championship? Or will I finally get a chance at my revenge? But will it be the ultimate slap in the face? Because it'll come from Matt Taven. We are about to find out. They're fucking almost equally ranked. That's preposterous. Taven and Cookie. Oh, what the fuck? No, not for the Intercontinental title. What the fuck? How did that happen? Man, I put the wrong title on the line. Can you even use any powers because of unpaid bets? I can, while having to root for Taven or Tope taking the title back makes it worth losing. So I still owe my New Japan fan fiction, which I will have done before this week's episode. I know I said that 3 times, but I will have it done.
I'm so glad we don't share a computer anymore.
I know. I owe eating a bag of kale in the Summer of Punk thing, which I forgot to do in New York. So that will be outstanding for a little while. And then on that show, I will be doing the I Love You the Weeks from B. Sumner. So that'll be taken care of quickly. Ignore all this. Got the wrong title on the line. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Yep. Great. Quit. Okay. So yeah. So I would have 2 powers, and I will at least have 3 because I will be paying off the other one. Taven. Small Cookie Monster. Translated back and forth from Japanese. Oh, fuck. I totally forgot about that. Damn it. You're right. I have to do that. Oh, that's going to be so weird. Oh, yeah. Cookie Monster is also the IC champion. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Where's the Podswoggle? There it is. That's more like it. Whew, okay. I'm so nervous. I don't know what to think or feel.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match.
Podswoggle title match.
Internet Championship.
Huh. Of course he comes up to Baron Corbin's shit. That's just perfect. Didn't want you to get backlash from not getting the thing right. I appreciate that. Yeah, this makes perfect fucking sense. Ugh. Yeah, who do you think you are? You bring the darkness that is people turning off their television sets. Matt Taven. If you have fun, say it like Matt Damon from Team America. Matt Taven. Doesn't have that shit. That's my rep. That's my guy. That's my guy. Let's do it. Do it, Taven. Here he comes. That just looks fitting. That looks like that's not going anywhere for a very long time. I tried my best to give him a towel. Also, Joe's like movesets aren't preset in the game, which is very weird. I was gonna say hopefully the new Podswoggle champion, but I don't know now. The Samoan Cookie Monster.
Introducing the challenger.
It's Taven. It's Cookie Monster. Podswoggle Championship. Ring the bell. Taven has made it look very easy with 2 frog splashes early. And he is coming out hot against Cookie Monster. But Cookie, nice kick to Taven. Kicked him to the chest. Cookie off the ropes. Big senton. Love the new generation era lighting effects with the title. Yeah, it's a nice little touch. Back elbow and Saguri. Nice drop kick by Taven. Power slam by Joe. Cookie. God, I keep calling him Joe. Cookie's going to have to keep doing what he's been doing. power game, as Joey Headrocker says, on up, up, down, down. Nice Samoan drop there. But if I can give a plug to something, if you have not watched the Battle of the Brands GM mode on Up Up Down Down, I just binged all like 54 episodes in the past like 5 days. It really bothers me with the shiny fur. I don't know why. It's the baby oil on the Cookie Monster fur. Yeah, but Breeze and Woods playing SmackDown 06 and having their own shows has been like some of the best entertainment anywhere. It's so fucking good. And I'm so glad I've watched all of it now and I'm caught up. It sucks I have to wait every week now for a new episode. I'm super excited for tomorrow. Taven, DDT on Cookie. Taven sends Cookie off the ropes. Nice Japanese arm drag there. Cookie off the ropes again, looking for another arm drag. No, nice super kick. Right to the jaw of Cookie. Baby oil on Muppet fur sounds disgusting. Thursdays are the highlight of my week. Yeah, I cannot wait for tomorrow. Taven. Is Taven going for the fucking frog splash already? I love how salty. Yes, Woods getting salty is the best. No, Taven wants Cookie to get to his feet instead of a frog splash. Missile drop kick. I might do the same thing if Taven wins this. I mean, it might just be a keep it tight and I log off situation. Taven is looking really good. Those heavily padded legs of Cookie Monster, is that enough? Count to it. There's nothing better than Breezy getting him so mad. It's the best. Almost as crisp as Zack Ryder's dropkick. B. Sumner, you bastard. Top rope, Taven. Frog splash. Oh, and Joe gets the... Oh, Cookie Monster has it scouted from the previous 2 matches. Gets the knees up. Taven up on his shoulders. Samoan drop. If he'd hit that frog splash, I think Cookie knows it would have been over. Up on his shoulders again. Death Valley driver. Cookie now slaps on a cross arm breaker. Will Taven tap out? Cookie has made Killer Kowalski and Nick Aldis tap out. That's not an easy feat. Can you do the same to Matt Taven? Taven, Hurricane Rana. And a bullshit backflip. Smashing the face. Taven, what's Taven gonna fucking come back for? Who made this asshole? Let's go. Enziguri to the head of Cookie. The pin on Taven. Oh, that took way too long for Cookie to kick out. And they might have just pissed Cookie off. No sells it. It's another Japanese arm drag. The only thing worse than Taven would be Ryder and Taven as your picks for the next 4 of these. There is the headlock driver. I almost originally had Zack Ryder, but I'm about to have Matt Taven as champion. No, kick out at 2. Originally, if I was getting 2 picks, I was going to have Taven and Ryder. And when I told Sumner I only had 1, he said, okay, just Taven then. So, but he permanently... Hey, thank him. He permanently unbanned Ryder from the game. German suplex with a bridge by Cookie. I banned him with one of my powers because I fucking hate him and I didn't want to see him ever again. But Sumner made him made him unable to ban forever now. So it's my house. I disconnect the cable and turn the lights out. I don't know her grandchild is a baby and not a paycheck. Me and your daughter. I have to show you that later. Joe now. Joe, focus. Cookie, focus. Cookie's got the table. Hey, don't put that on me. I only included Kingdom Guys and Gargano. Whatever. No, I thought. Oh, you were gonna make me have Ryder. Oh, never mind. Ryder's still banned. Never mind. I forgot. Taven. Taven trying to cheat the win. 2 count only. So Taven, yeah, never mind. Ryder's still banned. Thank you, be some. Oh, okay, fine. Let's go, Taven. now I'm happy. Now I'm in. Oh. Cookie still hanging on. Cookie trying to retain that title. Tope trying to become champion again. Another Insaguri. If Zack Ryder wins the Royal Rumble this year,
Say what you're gonna have to do. When the last time that Zack Ryder?
I will bleach my asshole. You said win, right? I'll bleach my asshole. Speaking of which, top rope, Taven, diving splash on a Cookie. If I were unbanning anyone, it would have been Thanos to get this win. Very fair. Taven, once again, looking for the headlock driver. Hits Cookie with it. Rolls him over. The pin. Taven to win the Podswoggle Championship. Oh, God damn it, Taven. You can't do anything right. Second time Cookie kicks out. Taven off the ropes. Shining Wizard. Taven is gassed because he doesn't have any cardiovascular ability. Shut up, Sam. Single leg Boston Crab. No rope break will save Cookie here. Will Cookie tap out? I'd be shocked if he did. Kicks Taven off. Taven back to his feet. Cookie got him in the corner. Cookie has him in perfect position. Samoa Cookie Monster for the Muscle Buster. Not looking for the tap out, looking for the pin to retain. Tope is still... No, Taven kicks out. This has actually been a very good match. Make sure she says the Royal Rumble match, not some bullshit random match. No, she said the Royal Rumble. She said the Royal Rumble. My wife is honorable. Yeah, I went, eh. Alright, so Taven is, Cookie is kicked out of 2 headlock drivers. Taven is kicked out of a muscle buster. Neither one of these guys wants to lose the Podswoggle title. Taven has Cookie into the corner now. Went for a big knee. Cookie grounded. Slingshot drop kick. Is that enough to put Cookie away? Taven for the pin. Count of 1. Count of 2, no. Taven, this match has been longer than his other 2 matches combined. 3rd time in this match. Taven looking for the headlock driver. Hits Samoa Cookie Monster with it. He rolls him over. The count. 1, 2, and 3. The best wrestler on planet Earth, Matt Taven, is your new Podswoggle champion. I knew he had it in him all the time. I've loved him for years. Matt Taven, I could kiss him on the mouth if he was here, is your new Podswoggle champion, which means ya boy is finally, once again, Swoggle Squad champion. Yep, you didn't think he'd actually win. It came back to bite you in the ass. Matt Taven has been proving critics wrong for years, just like he did right now. He is your new champion. Matt Taven, another beautiful title he holds over his hand. He will defend that championship in Money in the Bank next month. Matt Taven, that is an image that would normally make me want to give myself an enema, but makes me swoon. Whew, baby, what a victory. What a night. I hope we see that reflected on the website under your favorite wrestler. We don't have that feature on our website anymore for reasons like this, because I will sell my mother down the river for a Podswoggle title reign, or even just like an Arby's sandwich. Whew, what a weird, wacky, but fun evening. A WWF evening, if If you will, baby. I say that way too much. I'm turning into Dusty Rhodes. I am loopy as fuck.
You know what? That show was pretty nice.
That was a pretty nice show. Matt Taven is your Podswoggle champion. And Patrick, add him to the list. And we will see you guys. When is I don't think I said when Money in the Bank tournament is. 22nd. Yes, May 22nd, 8:30 Eastern. The Podswoggle title tournament will return for Money in the Bank. It'll be one hell of a show. With Matt Taven main eventing it. Maybe I'll have to put it in Madison Square Garden. You never know. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. Check us out, arcadeaudio.net, for this podcast and the other one's internet network of shows. Patreon.com/arcadeaudio for bonus content. We have a lot of great bonus content coming. We have retro picks, a new, potentially semi-regular series coming there in the next couple weeks. Also, you saw NXT picks hit. The Gargano video is going to be on there. A lot of good stuff. I found some lost Rumblin' Bumblin' Stumblins from Rich and Spencer that are like 3 years old. I'm going to edit those and put those up on the Patreon. Very good content if you're not already over there. All social media. Of course, check out YouTube for the old streams. If you didn't catch any of the P1 Pinnacle, and P1 Supercard from Fire Pro, all available on our YouTube channel. Podswoggle@gmail.com. Let us know what you think of the show. And yeah, we will be back with a new podcast next week. This week's episode, don't sleep on 3 very good games played in one episode. I will try to have something by June's tournament, hopefully May's, if I have time off from work. No rush. And Patrick, thank you so much for your support. Thank you guys all so much for your support. B. Sumner, it was a hell of a run. I bow to you, sir. Thank you so much for my champion. I appreciate it. Love you, Mullet. Love you, Sam. Y'all have a great night. Thank you, and Patrick. You all have a great night as well. I'm your host, Mullet, for the Podswoggle title tournament, and for Matt Taven being your new Podswoggle champion and me being your Swoggle Squad champion. We are swogging off. Have a good night, everybody.